This is the Relevant Podcast.
It's the week of May 8th, 2020, and it's the Relevant Podcast. I'm your host, Cameron Strang, and joining me from Loverland, Virginia, Jesse Carey.
Hello, hello.
From Austin, Texas, author, podcaster, Jamie Ivey.
Hey, guys.
And from Nashville, Tennessee, artist and producer, Derek Miner.
What up, dog?
We have a great show in store for you today. Coming up later, best-selling author and podcaster Jen Hatmaker joins us. She has a brand new book out called Fierce, Free, and Full of Fire, The Guide to Being Glorious You, which we talked to her about. And we also have a segment with Kim Walker-Smith, who joins us to share some highlights of the new Jesus Culture album, Church Volume 1. It'd be really funny if there was no volume 2.
Yeah, part 1. I would love to try. I think more culture people need to troll people by, like Derek, your next album, whatever you land on the title, can you just call it part 1 and just leave people in bated breath for a very long time for part 2?
Listen,
well, kind of like what last week we talked about, Sufjan with the 50 State Project.
The songs.
Yeah. People are waiting forever. Yeah.
Plus, Tyler joins us for another edition of the Hot List coming up in a few minutes. And at the end of the show, I'm trying a new segment with the cast that you won't want to miss. I'm also moving slices around. I'm just messing with the whole format this week. So if it's disorienting, I apologize up front. Before we get going, though, we have some big news. Jesse, I don't know if you know this huge news. It's huge news.
I heard.
It's a national event. It's all the internet's talking about right now. Today is Jamie Ivey's birthday. Happy birthday, Jamie.
Y'all, thank you. It is. I am 42, and I love being 42. So today's my birthday.
How do you know? You've been 42 for a minute and a half.
So far, so good.
So it's been a good day so far, but I will say I've been thinking that I was 42 for like 6 months. I've literally been saying I'm 42, and I told that to my kids the other day. And my kids, it was like their mind was blown. They're like, how do you forget how old you are? Do you ever forget how old you are?
All the
time. Yes. I'm like,
all the time.
78, carry the one. Yeah, I don't know how old I
am. Jamie, how weird is it doing having a birthday? Because, well, let me ask you this first, because obviously we're all sort of in these degrees of quarantine. I know different states. I know in Florida, it was pretty fast and loose with the quarantine anyway. Like I said, they had a lot of exceptions, which included essentially spring break chicken fight tournaments, as I discussed previously on this podcast. But if you live in states that aren't regulated by the weird rules of Florida, then we've been on pretty tight lockdowns. And I'm assuming you haven't had that a party is off the table this year. Jamie, how weird is it having a birthday in quarantine?
A party is off the table, that's for sure. Like my husband's cooking at home tonight. I would give anything to go to a restaurant. I mean, anything. I told my girlfriend yesterday, I sent her a text and I was like, listen, you guys, I would actually go to San Antonio, which is an hour from me, and I would swim in the Riverwalk just to have a vacation. Like I would just do the craziest thing just to get out of town. It's fine. I mean, when you get older, what's a birthday? It's another day kind of, but we're going to eat dinner at home like we've done every night for the past 7,000 days in quarantine.
I know. Well, that's the thing. I feel like if I'm your family and it's your birthday and we're in quarantine, I understand what's going on. I understand that a party is off the table. And let's be honest, guys, because we've been doing the Zoom thing for a couple of weeks here on the pod, and it's great for this kind of stuff. It's great for like work meetings. It's great for podcasting and the like. I don't know if you guys have had one of these Zoom parties, okay? It is not the same. Do
like
not fool yourself.
Hour, everyone bring a drink?
Yeah, do not fool yourself. Because, like, I had my nephew had a Zoom kids' birthday party, And, like, and good for them. You know what I mean? Like, good for the kids because they need something. But anytime someone's like, hey, dude, we should get all the buds together and we'll watch the new Jordan, because there's no sports on. So, like, hey, let's all watch the Jordan documentary and we'll Zoom. It'll be like we're hanging out watching basketball. Newsflash, it is not. It is not like you're hanging out watching a basketball game. Derek, let me ask you this. Are you a big birthday guy? Like when your birthday rolls around, are you the type that goes all out?
Nah, bro. I'm just, my birthday gift is leave me alone. Like that's let me just chill, relax.
Yeah.
You know, it's something I do love to do though. I love to play Monopoly. Like, and I know that's probably very anticlimactic, but like when we play Monopoly, it's like we're selling drugs or something. Like it's really crazy. So
Okay, Derek, tell me this. When you play games with your kids, do you let them win because they're kids?
Oh, never, ever.
Never.
Oh, yeah, me neither.
No. Never, ever. No.
Not at Uno, not at Skipbo, nothing. I'm giving you a draw 4 right at the end.
Let
Don't
me
even
just
care.
say this. It's no wonder they didn't set up this big Zoom party for you because they have all this animosity from their adult mother destroying them in board games. Derek, for your birthday, if the quarantine's still going on, what do you think we set up for a very special pod recording? We just get on and play Monopoly over Zoom.
That actually would be awful. But yeah, let's do it. I think I don't know. I would listen to music. Like, let's listen to 90s rap. I think that would be dope. Especially because Cam is kind of like a hip hop nerd, and you know what I'm saying? Like, so I think it'd be dope. Let's do that. Let's do hip hop.
That's how we'll do it for your birthday.
Hey, speaking of, and
but
Derek,
my birthday's in December, so hopefully we're not in quarantine.
Oh, dear Lord. If we're still in quarantine in December,
it's going to be Lord of the Flies.
This is Lord of the Flies.
Yeah. Like, I'm going to, if it comes down to it by then, I was binging. I mean, we're all been doing the same thing, just trying to find something on Netflix to keep us sane. And I was binging an old season Arrested Development where they had Super Dave Osborne play the surrogate for George Sr. I'm going to go, like, when it comes down to it, all the people who've already had the virus and have immunity, I'm just going to send a surrogate out into the world. I'm going to put a camera on their head and they're just going to wear a sign that says Jesse. And I'll just be talking through a mic through him and he will interact for the party for me. Derek, there's one quick thing. I have an idea. I have a birthday gift idea for Jamie here.
All right.
And that I think it's only $15 on Amazon.
Okay.
And it won't be in stock for another month. Evidently, a lot of people are in quarantine and buying these things up. It's Monopoly Cheaters Edition. Have you guys heard about this?
What?
This is not true.
This is true. Derek, have you heard this?
Everything is free game. You could steal money out the bank. You could do whatever you want. It's all free game.
Is it like on The Office when they played Dallas?
But this is a real game, and it evidently comes with some sort of like handcuffs for the tokens. Because if you get busted, it's not about it if you're cheating. It's about if you get caught.
That's it.
You know?
I would love this game.
This is Monopoly. This is finance the American way.
Yeah.
Because they don't punish wrongdoing. They punish wrongdoing that gets caught. That's
it.
the crime. Is you got caught. You know.
It
says something deeply disturbing in our culture that this is a product you can buy. But I think Jamie would make a lovely birthday gift, and maybe we can call up Derek and play over Zoom.
On Zoom. We got a Zoom Monopoly game.
Jamie, on Instagram today, are you going to post a picture of those like 3-foot tall letters in your front yard saying happy birthday, Jamie, and then like friends standing at the street waving at you awkwardly?
I don't have a drive-by party today. That's not
okay.
happening, but no.
I have seen the drive-by. My friend has a teenage daughter, and he took his daughter to a drive-by party. Where help me understand this, because this is a birthday. Is this what the kids are doing when they're not Zooming?
We've done this already, yes.
And so explain to me how this works. There are people just standing in the yard and you just drive by.
So I've seen them on Instagram, like, you know, they like decorate their cars and the birthday person stands in the yard and then everyone drives by. It's so sweet. Like my friend, her mom had like an 80th birthday and all the family did that. So sweet. So one of my son's friends' mom texted me, was like, hey, the boy's birthday is Monday. Can y'all do a drive-by? And I'm like, cool, this is great. So my son gets out of the car, which I'm like a rule follower, you guys. So I was like 6 feet apart, guys. So my son gets out of the car. I sit in my car for 45 minutes waiting on him. He just hangs out with his friends. And I was like, I thought we were doing a drive-by. I have things to do. So basically, my son just went to a birthday party in the front yard. And I just sat outside like I was, you know.
My neighbor had one of those yesterday, literally yesterday. It was like there were signs out front, like they were thanking the teachers or something like that. It was like an
Teacher Appreciation Week.
Yeah. So it was a drive-by social distancing thing. But I don't think, again, I'm in Florida. I don't think Floridians get the concept of what we're trying to do here. Because when I drove by them, there was about 40 people standing in the front yard. I mean, like, you're not 6 feet apart from each other. You're just in the yard. Why not take it in the house if you're just going to be that
just
close?
Call it a party.
Yeah. I mean, it's like,
okay. I'm glad this came up because there was this thing I saw me and my wife were watching TV the other day, and we saw this commercial for this deal that it was like a marketing campaign about like Oscar Mayer, the hot dog company. Yeah. And they were like, they set a date, which was last weekend, and they were like, it's the National Social Distancing Barbecue Day. And the vision was this: people will pull their grills out into the driveway, and you have a cookout, and everyone's just cooking in the driveways. And so we're like, you know what? Let's do it. We're desperate here. Okay. But all of a sudden, we're the only one wheeling the grill out to the driveway. We're like, you guys didn't see the campaign? Oscar Mayer just declared a holiday, people. What are we doing here? And so then I'm like, all right, we're going to wheel it back, and I'm just going to leave the gate open, and people just, what's the difference is front yard or backyard? Okay. Yeah. Like, we know the rules. We got it. 6 feet. We know people are going to be, cheating on it a little. We know that if I pull the hot dog off the grill with the tongs, my tongs weren't. Listen, I got it. There's risk out there. Okay. Be safe. But some of this stuff just seems
you
arbitrary.
were almost a weirdo grilling on your driveway by yourself for no reason. I love that.
People are looking at it, I'm like, where's yours? You didn't get it. It's a holiday. Oscar Mayer said so. Why would they just fabricate this?
Oh my goodness. It's crazy times we're in. I think about from time to time during this quarantine, I've thought about people that have graduations or birthdays or weddings that were scheduled during all this. And I wondered so now I know somebody. I didn't know anybody who had a birthday during this season. Now I know somebody.
I actually went to a wedding last weekend, you guys. My husband was the officiant, and there was 12 of us there. And we all stood, it was outside, and they had it on Zoom. And so all the people who were going to come watched on Zoom the whole time. And it was crazy and weird, but they wanted to get married instead of push it back.
Derek, quick question for you. How long before you perform a Zoom concert?
Oh, it's not happening. It's not happening. It's
no? Really?
My business partner and the label, like a lot of the young artists are doing that. I'm like, man, I'm too old for that. Like it's just not going to happen. So, yeah. All the Derek Minor fans, y'all, I'm sorry, guys.
No zooming.
The 90% of my Instagram feed is bored thought leaders, pastors, and artists just FaceTiming each other and going Instagram live. And it's like that's all anybody's doing now is performing or doing interviews. And I'm like, stop doing all the interviews. That's what we do.
My daughter is barely 4 years old, and she has Zoom meetings. I don't even know who they're with. But literally, it's like, I'm like, all right, Dan, we're going to do work. You guys got anything going on today? She's like, well, Haley's got a Zoom meeting. I'm like, with who? Who is she Zooming with? I think people just get emails that say, hey, click on this Zoom link at this time. You're like, I don't know who sent me the email. I don't know who's in the Zoom meeting, but this is what we do now. That's just Zoom all day, and we'll figure it out. Yeah, just jump in there.
Well, joining our Zoom now, it's time for...
It's the hot list. The hot list. It's sizzling.
Joining us is our very own Tyler Huckabee, host of Relevant Daily, and the guy who has his finger on the beat of what's happening and what Relevant covers every day on relevantmagazine.com and on the podcast. And so we're trying a new segment where he will be bringing some of the buzziest hot list items to the show. Welcome, Tyler.
Hey, everybody. It's good to be
Tyler.
back.
Tyler, welcome.
My God.
The Zoom situation.
What do you got this week?
All right. So I got two stories. And the first one, I don't know. And I know how this is going to play, I think, for one person in here. I think I have an idea of how Jesse will feel about this, but the rest of you, I just don't know. If I say that Monday was May the 4th, does everyone kind of know what that's a reference to?
Yeah.
Star Wars.
Yeah, it's a Star Wars thing.
It's a reference to, for me to know which people I probably don't want to talk to that day.
Yeah, that was kind of what I expected.
People are dropping the May the 4th reference. I'm just going to steer clear till Cinco de Mayo, because I don't want to do the Star Wars thing. I really don't.
My son goes to a Christian school, and one of his teachers is kind of nerdy and super into Star Wars. And so he did a Zoom watch party with the kids to watch a Star Wars movie. And so I had to watch a Star Wars movie. They watched the first one, whatever,
I
episode
think that's
4.
fun.
And then they did like a party, like talked about it afterwards and stuff via Zoom. So I got sucked in, Jesse.
Yeah. I think people assume I'm a bigger Star Wars fan than I actually am. And I get it. I get why you would think that. I'm like, on the scale of Star Wars fans, I feel like I'm pretty medium, because there are some people,
So time out. There's no Star Wars fans on here. Like Jesse, no, you're not a Star Wars fan.
No. Are you?
I like it.
Are you?
Yeah, bro, I rock with the wars, Brody. I'm messing with Star Wars.
I mean, I've seen them, and I like the Star Wars land at Disney, but I mean, that's it.
Then maybe this is a slice for maybe this is right down Derek's beat. Then we'll see how you feel about this. So
come on.
It is official. Taika Waititi is headed to a galaxy far, far away. He is going to co-write and direct a brand new Star Wars movie for Disney. He's going to be the first person of color to direct the Star Wars movie, and he'll be writing a script with Christy Wilson Cairns. She was nominated for an Oscar for her work on 1917. Taika Waititi, I think, is somebody that probably most people are familiar with. He got his start with offbeat comedies like What We Do in the Shadows, and then he moved to the big leagues. He did Thor Ragnarok and got nominated for multiple Oscars for writing, directing, and appearing in Jojo Rabbit. He got to road test his Star Wars chops. He directed the season 1 finale of The Mandalorian, and then there were some rumors that he was going to get something like this, and now on May the 4th, those were confirmed that he is working on his own Star Wars movie that apparently is going to be completely independent of anything that's happened in the Star Wars universe before. It'll just take place in the galaxy.
Is it a new canon starting, or is it a standalone like Rogue One?
It'll be like it'll be a standalone, but it won't have any connection to the previous movies. It's just going to basically take place within that same universe, but it won't involve any Skywalkers or Darth Vader or anything like that.
So
Interesting.
I really like him as a filmmaker. I think Jojo Rabbit and Thor Ragnarok were brilliant. I can't speak to The Mandalorian because I've opened the Disney Plus app a couple times, and every time I'm like, there is nothing for me here except for America's Funniest Home Videos, which they put a bunch of old ones on. And guys, old school Tom Bergeron still holds up. So old AFV as they call it, and Bear Grylls reruns on the Nat Geo vertical. That's all that's for me on that app. Derek, did you watch The Mandalorian? I'm assuming you did.
Dude,
it's amazing.
It really was amazing. It was like a 10-hour movie. It was unbelievable.
It's really good. And you don't have to be a Star Wars fan to like it. Like, so much is going on in that's not even really canon. Yeah. It's good. I think you like it. If you like Thor Ragnarok and stuff like Marvel, you definitely I don't know. I think people love to hate on Star Wars. Like, they just love to hate on it. But those are pretty good movies, man. Don't hate on the Star Wars, man. You got me feeling away.
The most shocking thing to me about Mandalorian, and it's just like it's a show, and every shot, I mean, just the money that it costs, it's just so beautifully done, and they created a world that, I mean, it's just unbelievable. The most shocking thing to me is that it was Jon Favreau, the guy from Swingers and Elf, did this.
Also, Iron Man.
Yes.
I mean, he's arguably one of the most powerful people in Hollywood right now because he has this golden touch with all these Disney properties.
Yeah,
he's had a crazy career arc. But I will say this: you describing The Mandalorian as it's like a Star Wars movie quality that's 10 hours. The only thing worse than a Star Wars movie is a 10-hour Star Wars movie. So no thanks. Hard pass.
You would love it. It's
Made
good,
the right
man.
call. Made the right call there by not tuning in.
But I think that Taika he does a good job of weaving in some interesting social commentary. Obviously, colonialism is a really important part of his work, something that he's focused on and in Ragnarok, also Jojo Rabbit, and obviously in a lot of his earlier work. And there's opportunity for that with a franchise like Star Wars. So we'll see how much Disney lets him get away with. But hopefully they learn their lesson with the Marvel movies and will give him a pretty wide berth to create something really new and really interesting because there's a whole universe there. You could do something cool with it.
Yeah.
The second story, we're doing kind of a U-turn here. I'll be interested to see how you may have seen this came out just yesterday. So in Ohio, there's a representative named Representative Nino Vitale, and he is bucking the state governor's pleas for Ohioans to stem the spread of COVID-19 by wearing a face mask. He explains on Facebook that our faces are made in the image of God and are not meant to be covered.
This is awful.
He wrote on Facebook. Here's I'll read you his exact words. He said, quote, "We are not the entire world. This is the greatest nation on earth founded on Judeo-Christian principles. One of those principles is that we are all created in the image and likeness of God. That image is seen the most by our face. I will not wear a mask."
Logic sounds
That's embarrassing.
pretty adds up to me.
Oh my goodness. Sometimes it's like, why do Christians have to talk? Just come on.
He went on on to say, when we think of image, do we think of the chest or our legs or our arms?
Oh my gosh.
Do you? No,
Well,
we think of their face.
listen, guys, the logic here is pretty flawless.
I think that's an Augustonian argument that he's heralding to there. I believe is that in Confessions of St. Augustine?
I'll say this: whenever I picture God, he's just a huge face. It's just by this logic,
Like
God
an
is
emoji head.
It's just a big
giant
emoji face.
head.
Yeah. Who knows?
Oh my gosh.
Did you see?
His
Did
ways
you
are
see
not ours.
on I just kind of making the viral rounds. There's a guy who was working at a convenience store, and he filmed real quick, and he said, "You guys got to see this lady's mask." And he filmed her, and she comes up, and she had a blue surgical mask on, and she had cut out the part where the mouth was, and he goes, "Ma'am, that's an interesting mask. Where'd you get that?" She goes, "Oh, the mask, I'm doing the mask because they told us that we need to, but it's hard to breathe. I found it's a lot easier to breathe if you just cut it open like this." And he's like, "Oh, okay." She walks off. And I'm like, where's her brain? Like, what is she thinking?
It's like that photo that was going around of Ben Affleck smoking a cigarette through a mask. It's like, all right, well, I mean, to be fair, it does appear to be a filtered cigarette. So, in fairness to them.
Okay, I got to ask though, are you guys doing the mask when you go out?
Oh yeah. Oh
You do?
yeah. Oh, absolutely so. Yes, sir, bro. Low key, if we didn't have the pandemic, I probably would be wearing a mask anyway, bro. Like, just being honest, man. People are gross. I spend so much time at airports, man. If I told you how many times I've seen a man come out of the stall without washing his hands and just walk pick his bag up, like, bro, I might wear a mask for the rest of my life. Just being honest.
Well, we have to wear a mask on airlines now. I got the email. So
I'm
And Costco.
tempted to fly. Yeah.
in Costco, you have to.
Costco is requiring that all customers, you won't be allowed into a Costco if you don't have a mask on.
I went to Whole Foods the other day and I couldn't get in without one.
Yeah.
I had a mask incident yesterday. I went to run an errand and I was back in my car and it was in a parking lot of a grocery store. And I'm like preparing to pull out and I see this person and he's got the mask on and it's a very large mask and all I can see is his eyes. And he's pointing at me and trying to wave me down and pointing and he's kind of like charging at the car. I have no idea what's happening at this point. All I know is like, am I about to hit something? I like slam the brakes. I'm like looking around like he's trying urgently to get my attention. He walks over the car and he pulls his mask down and it's a dude that I know that I haven't seen in a while. And it terrified me though. I just saw this masked guy just pointing, just like, that's not how you greet somebody. You haven't seen in a while. You don't point and be like, hey, look who it is. Especially if there's masks coming on. You just gotta politely wave, lower the mask. There needs to be mask etiquette is what I'm saying.
Well, we are all learning how to do this.
I know.
That's the only problem with the mask as a black guy. I'm kind of like, oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. Like, then I remember seeing one politician, like, he pulls out this red rag and he puts it over his face. It's like, this is how if you don't have a mask, use this red rag. And I'm like, oh, that's not going to work in my neighborhood.
Dude, there was a little lady in a grocery store wearing a blue bandana over her mouth, and a black guy had a blue bandana and comes on. He's like, "What's up, crew?" Yeah. And she's like, "What?" And she like waved nicely, Oh man.
What if I don't?
I think it's really weird. Like, I feel whenever I go in places and I have a mask on, like when I was in Whole Foods the other day shopping and everyone had a mask on, I feel like I'm in some kind of like sci-fi movie and the whole world is about to end. And I hate the way it makes me feel walking around in a mask. And I did it because they made me do it. And I think that we should. It makes me feel like scared a little bit. Like, what's happening?
I'm gonna throw something out there right now, and I think we need to introduce a little more whimsy into all of this because it is weird seeing people in like the surgical mask, or bandanas, because I think of bandanas, I think of also like cowboys and stuff. Here's what I'm saying. You know what people love? Halloween. I think we reopen all the Halloween stores essential for business and you just go and pick a hilarious mask that covers your whole face because you know what's a real bummer is last night I went when I was out running that errand, everyone was standing outside like a Mexican restaurant with masks on waiting for their meals. They're just standing around, surgical masks. Very weird. You know, it'd be hilarious if everyone was wearing like old president's mask or like Jim Carrey from The Mask or just random Halloween masks. People love Halloween. They're giant and they cover cover your whole face and everything. Everywhere you go is just a big Halloween party. I don't know. Guys, it's just time to start getting creative here because everyone's going nuts.
I saw Disney's releasing a whole line of reusable face masks with like Marvel characters' mouths on it and stuff like that. It's going to be an industry, man.
It totally
like,
is. I mean, I bought me a tie-dye mask trying to look cute at the Whole Foods, but I just don't like it.
Time to get into the relevant store.
I want to wear like a football helmet with like
cut out all the mouths.
Yeah, a football helmet with like the LaDainian Tomlinson visor. You know what I mean? I just look really cool. I'm just bobbing and weaving through places. You know, I think it's just time to get a little creative.
So we're going for full head coverings, not just mouth coverings.
Why not? Why not?
All right. Well, thanks for coming on, Tyler. That'll do it for this week's.
It's the high list, the high list. It's sizzling.
All right. We'll see you next week, man.
Bye, Tyler.
Great to see y'all.
Stay tuned. Up next, Jen Hatmaker joins us. You're listening to I Know Alone by Haim. Song about my social life. This week's episode of the podcast is brought to you by BetterHelp. What interferes with your happiness? Is something preventing you from achieving your goals? I mean, I know personally I've gone through a lot of seasons of life where stress and busyness weighed me down. And I guess a lot of people know about that. BetterHelp will assess your needs and match you with your own licensed professional therapist. You connect in a safe and private online environment. It's so convenient, especially for the season we're in. You can start communicating in under 24 hours, and then you can send a message to your counselor anytime. You'll get timely and thoughtful responses, plus you can schedule weekly video or phone sessions. I want you to start living a happier life today. As a Relevant podcast listener, you'll get 10% off your first month by visiting betterhelp.com/relevant. Join over 800,000 people taking charge of their mental health. Again, that's betterhelp, HELP.com/relevant. Jen Hatmaker is a speaker and New York Times bestselling author whose highly anticipated new book, Fierce, Free, and Full of Fire, The Guide to Being Glorious You, released a couple of weeks ago. In the book, Jen urges readers to give up the exhausting act of pretending and to do the often difficult and painful work to find their true selves. Our very own Tyler Huckabee talked to Jen about the struggles of being an extrovert in quarantine and why she doesn't believe that anyone is truly self-made. Here's part of Tyler's conversation with Jen Hatmaker.
So, Jen, the first thing I want to ask is, this is something that's been on my mind, something we've been hearing about. And I just wonder if you have any thoughts for people who are extroverted, who are being cooped up inside and are getting a little sick of it. And I feel like that would be something that maybe you could sort of relate to a little bit. And I just wondered what you would say to encourage people who really thrive off of being out in public and can't really do that right now. What would you tell them?
Here's what I want to say to that. You're not alone, and you're not crazy. And we are actually really powerful creators. I wonder if we could imagine that we are not just at the end of that string and it's just tugging us along whichever way the loneliness is going to go, right? But rather, we have the capacity to create connection right now. We really do. Now, it's not in our ordinary formats. It's not the ways that maybe we prefer or what really serves us well, but we can create connection. And so I hope that everybody imagines, like, I am a creator in this. I can create this. So whatever it has to take, if it is old-fashioned letter writing, obviously every one of us is on Zooms right now. It just feels like I'll never, ever get on another Zoom for the rest of my life. So any way we can socially distance, see each other, anything at all it counts. It all matters.
Okay, so something you write about in this book that I have been thinking about a lot, and I'm really glad to see you address, is this idea of being self-made, in particular for your book, being a self-made woman. I think that is a really big American myth. That's a very popular American myth, and I think I'm really glad to see someone taking issue with the idea of being self-made. I wonder if you could explain just some of your, what's your critique of the idea of being self-made?
I don't like self-made. I don't even know what that means. And I think when we are seeing these tropes in our culture, it's almost entirely not true. But what I don't like about it is that it injects this pressure into the community, which is like, if you're not successful, whatever that means, also a moving target. If you're not self-made, you're just doing this wrong, right? You're failing. It's so yucky. I hate this fake bar that we've set. And so I am a huge fan of tearing that one down brick by brick. I love collaboration. I love mentorship. I am obsessed with sharing our platforms and our microphones and our ideas. I love it when people inside a career community, inside an industry, say, let's get together and talk brass tacks. Let's talk about what should we all be making? What should we all be expecting? What are the standards that we hold this industry to? I just love that stuff. I just believe very deeply that in those that a rising tide lifts all the boats in the harbor. And so I really encourage people to consider never saying self-made again, or never saying I'm going to have to do this on my own. It's just not true. Like, inviting people into my work and ministry and mission is probably the single greatest decision I have ever made.
So for people who are resonating with this, who are liking what they hear, but maybe just don't know how to take that first step of breaking out of this idea of self-sufficiency, which can become an addiction to self-sufficiency. Do you have any just really practical tips for somebody who wants to become more collaborative, who wants to start asking for help, but doesn't know how? Do you have any advice for those of us who need to take that step, but don't know what the step might actually look like practically?
The truth is, what the research shows is that even though our brains tell us nobody wants to help me, nobody has time to help me, nobody wants to help me, I'm asking too much, I'm overreaching. That's our internal narrative that we are on a loop, but the research tells us that people actually love to help. It is good for them too. Like, again, here we go. This is how God made us. He literally made us with intrinsic biological rewards to help one another. Like, it serves us both. And so it's just, I love that stuff. I love when like theology and biology and neuroscience all just dovetails. I cannot get enough of it. And so we're wired to help one another. And so let's not be afraid to ask. Let's be humble. Let's be learners. And then it creates this incredible, like, reciprocal community of helping, which we all take turns. Sometimes you give, sometimes you take. It's just a really beautiful way to live. And it's possible. It's absolutely possible for everybody.
That was Jen Hatmaker. Make sure to check out her new book, Fierce, Free, and Full of Fire, The Guide to Being Glorious You. It's out now.
Had a good day today. Ooh. Give thanks to the Father. He just said de nada. Had a good day today. Do it again, mañana. Do it again tomorrow with my hombre Carlos. Tour bus to Chicago. Find Americanos. Look it up on Yelp, fool. Call the Uber, not the pool. He say me amigo. I say you my brother too. Different lands, but this is my man. Ain't no way.
You're listening to Good Day by DJ Promote and Swoop. Okay, it's time for
Slices.
What do you have, Jesse?
All right. So a lot of people already could probably predict I'm going to bring this story because it's really,
Dude.
it is the bullseye of my primary interest in, all of life.
I feel like 10 years of podcasting and writing and covering the intersection
It's
of
all come to this.
humor and culture has culminated in what happened this week.
Yeah. So Derek, and Jamie, I don't know if you guys know this about me, but there's been a couple times in my past here at Relevant where I have undertaken psychological endurance challenges to raise money for charity. And they started for this reason. People, there's all these things that people's like, hey, I'm going to climb Mount Kilimanjaro, but you should give me $100 for charity water or whatever, or run a marathon. That's great. That's great. Let me just give the money right to the organization because you know what? Lots of people run marathons. Lots of people climb Mount Kilimanjaro. That's great if you want to do it. I'm just going to go ahead and send my money to the charity. I don't understand why the marathon's got to be a part of this. Let's just cut out the middleman. Just cut out the marathon and just say, hey, everyone, I think we should give money to charity water. Cool. Right. Also, I'm running a marathon. Good for you. So I said, if I'm going to ever do that, then I'm going to do something that no one's ever done before. So a few years ago, this is just review for a lot of podcast listeners, but I listened to Nickelback for 148 hours, 1 week straight, no breaks, even in my sleep, and it literally almost killed me.
It became international news. He was doing, Australia, England,
Entertainment Tonight for some reason.
Huge news outlets were interviewing him, and during the interviews, Nickelback's still playing because he had to. His wife kicked him out of the bedroom because Nickelback was playing all night long.
Terrible. Yeah. It was terrible. And Chad Kroeger, the lead singer of Nickelback, let me just say this: Nickelback doesn't have the sense of humor you think they would. It's a big callous wound. It's like I can't think of one other public figure who is so thin-skinned that all they can do is get on Twitter and yell at people for minor transgressions and boast up their own achievements. I can't think of one other example in modern culture of someone who that's what we primarily know them for. I'll just leave it at that. So I did the Nickelback thing, and then we had to come up with another challenge because we wanted to raise more money, and Cameron joined me in a challenge we called Trapped in the Cage. And Cameron and I spent 24 hours watching the worst Nicolas Cage movies he's ever created. Let me just say,
crowdsourced the lineup. People went online and voted, and like the ones that got the most votes and donations, we watched. And of course, it wasn't the tolerable ones. It was the real B cuts.
It was a lot of the late stage straight to DVD stuff, which unrated editions. I'll just leave it at that. So when I saw this, but I do love Nicolas Cage because I think he's just a fascinating human. On and off the screen. On the screen, you literally never know what you're going to get. He can be manic. He can be funny. He can just be a weirdo. But in real life, he has like castles in Transylvania. He buys dinosaur skeletons. He is, he's a Coppola. I don't know if a lot of people know that, but he was sort of like the black sheep of the Coppola family, and he changed his name to Nick Cage. So he's just a fascinating guy. I also, like everyone else, watch Tiger King. Jamie, Derek, you guys have watched Tiger King, right?
Yes. And I listened to the podcast.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Joe Exotic, the podcast.
I'm in,
right?
yeah.
There's a pod. I didn't know about this podcast.
Yes.
What's the podcast? Is it the same?
It's called Joe Exotic. And I actually was listening to one this morning on my walk, and I don't remember who did it.
But is like he on it, or is it people talking about the series?
No, someone's doing it. It's called Joe Exotic by Wondery put it out.
Yeah. And so his story kind of came to light because of a newspaper in Texas a while ago did a story about the most insane true crime. It was a series of articles that got adapted to the podcast and got adapted to the Netflix series that's now massive, and so like anything these days, when something gets big, they find ways to further exploit it. And it was announced almost immediately that someone had bought the rights to do a scripted version of Tiger King, which will be in the form of a prestige TV miniseries that, we've seen a lot of these. And there was a lot of debate about who should play Joe Exotic. So like online, a lot of the odds were saying like, this is who I saw being passed around for a while. One was David Spade because Joe Dirt. Joe Dirt is essentially Joe Exotic without
similar
tigers.
Age, similar build, can definitely do the redneck thing.
If tigers were some reason a plot of the film home Joe Dirt, it would just simply be Tiger King at that point. The other one I saw was Dax Shepard.
Dax would do good.
Oh, he'd kill it. Yeah.
I can see it. They actually bear a resemblance. My personal favorite, up until they made the announcement this week, I was in the Danny McBride lane because I think Danny McBride plays weird dirtbags really, really well.
Yeah.
I mean, that's pretty much all he plays is weirdo dirtbags.
That would have been funny.
But they announced this week that Nicolas Cage had accepted the role of Joe Exotic in the Tiger King miniseries.
Unbelievable.
Now, this brings a lot of questions to mind of particularly what the tone of this series is going to be.
Right.
Because they've only made one other casting announcement, and it's Kate McKinnon from SNL. She will be playing Carol Baskins. Okay. So you have Nicolas Cage and Kate McKinnon are Joe and Carol, these two opposite forces that, come colliding against each other. I don't know what the tone of this is. I don't know that it's necessary. I think it's completely unnecessary. Like it's going to be impossible for them to make anything more insane than the actual Tiger King documentary. Right. But I love it. I love it. I think the only mistake they made is if I'm the filmmakers and listen, Nick Cage is in, I would scrap what we have and go, he's playing every part, including the Tigers. We're going to put him in one of those wetsuits with the golf ball, with the ping pong balls all over it, like Andy Serkis doing Gollum or whatever. And he's going to play the Tigers too. The only thing that it needs to be Nicolas Cage played every character in Tiger King.
The thing that scares me is are they trying to be serious? Are they trying to make it a comedy? There's so many ways this could be so bad. I don't know that this is, like you said, it's not necessary, but I don't even know that it's going to be watchable, anyway.
Yeah. And I'm wondering the same thing, Jesse, what else are we doing here? How are you going to top what we've just had endured through watching Tiger King?
Exactly. It can't be more crazy than the actual one,
Although I will say this podcast has been really good that I've been listening to about it, because they're kind of giving a little behind the scenes about maybe the things that the filmmakers did in this documentary to kind of, a documentary is sided. It always is. It's always slanted in one side. And so they're kind of giving a lot of behind the scenes. And I'm thinking differently about the whole thing after listening to the podcast. So maybe Nick Cage is going to...
I did see some comments that maybe this show will get the story more right than the documentary did, whatever that means. So, but still, I'm just going, Nick Cage, what's he going to add to this? You're right about, every one of those three actors you said before Nick would have taken the role somewhere very funny or memorable.
Nick's going to go dark.
Nick Cage is just always Nick Cage. Yeah. It's just he's not, I don't know.
What about Rebel Wilson as Carol Baskins?
I could see that. I could totally see that. Yeah, that's a great call. That is a fantastic call.
I think Danny McBride was actually the better choice. Just being honest. I think Danny McBride would have killed it because isn't he country? Isn't he from the South?
Yeah. I think he's from South Carolina.
So he's not doing a caricature of a Southerner.
No,
or something. Yeah.
This is how him. It wouldn't be surprise me if Danny McBride grew up in close proximity to an exotic animal park, like an unlicensed, off the book, kind of situation. It would not be surprising to me.
Okay, you know what Tiger King has done to the society though? My son watched it. He's 16. He had his wisdom teeth pulled out on Monday. Have you ever been around someone after they had their wisdom teeth out? It's just, he's giggly, he's
David
loopy.
After dentist, yeah.
He started growling at me in the car, my son, and he said, because he was on this kind of the loopy medicine, and he said, I want to be a tiger. He kept telling me over and over again he wanted to be a tiger, and I was like, this is the best footage I've ever gotten of you.
Did you film him?
Oh, yes, I filmed him. Yes. He's seen it all and it's hilarious. And as soon as he gives me permission to release it to the public, I will let everyone else see. But yes, it was hilarious.
Remember David After Dentist, one of the first viral memes? Do you remember that? Yeah. Okay. This is crazy small world.
I know this fact.
David After Dentist, David's name is David DeVore. On Relevant's new executive board, our chair is Tessie DeVore, his mother.
No, are you serious?
Looky there. Yeah.
Tessie DeVore is David After Dentist's mom. Yep, she's on our Relevance executive board. Yep.
Small world.
Crazy, huh?
One of the OG viral stars of our time.
And you know what her husband does now? At the time of the video, he was in real estate. He is now a social media consultant for organizations and stuff.
Yo, that's what's up.
That makes sense.
To a career.
Yeah, there you go.
There you go. All right, what do you have, Jamie?
Okay, I have this. I think that Jesse will like this because last week we talked about UFOs.
Yes.
And
I
texted Jesse later in the week and I was like, you need to tell me the story because I'm going back to my house and telling my husband and my oldest son. And they're like, yeah, Mom. Literally, my son was like, I've been known about this for years. I'm like, okay, great. He knows everything. So this is crazy. But right now, an article came out this week that NASA, like the legit NASA, is working with Tom Cruise to shoot a film in outer space.
An actual film?
Actual film. Tom Cruise, which I don't know Tom Cruise personally. I don't know if any of you guys do. And so, I don't like to talk about people behind their back. But it seems to me as though Tom Cruise, like if he says he wants to shoot a film in outer space, everyone goes, okay, you can shoot a film in outer space.
So Tom Cruise famously does all of his own stunts. So is he going to be like a spaceman, like doing real spaceman stuff?
He's going to go into outer space, which... Wow. Apparently, it says a few films have been shot on board the space station, like a documentary that IMAX did, a science fiction thing. But Tom is going to go and do his own thing up there and shoot a movie.
I think, okay, I want to know your guys. Cameron knows my thoughts about space, and here it is. I'm going to lay it out flat out. And space is lame. It is so lame.
It's one of the only things that we disagree about. Like that is
like if I want a trip to space, if I want a trip to space, right? I'd be like, nah. That honestly sounds terrible to me.
But you're so intrigued with the UFOs.
Yeah, but what am I? I got a telescope. And I can do it from the comfort of my own home. I do it from the comfort of my home, not all cooped up in some little, compartment wearing some lame jumpsuit.
A couple of years ago, Nat Geo was promoting their new season for the series Mars that they were doing. And as part of that, Jesse and I got sent to space camp in Alabama, like the actual space camp.
Yeah, right.
And,
I know where that is. Yeah.
Yeah. And so we did it. And I'm fulfilling all of my childhood dreams. I am ecstatic about this. We have the blue jumpsuits. I mean, like everything. It's legit.
Let's just say me and the person running this little tour didn't see eye to eye on a couple things, and it really spoiled the trip for me.
Jesse just like, I don't care. I'm like, what are you talking about? Look,
no, I cared too much was the problem. I volunteered day one to be commander. Okay. I announced to the people there that I will lead us. And just because some people didn't appreciate my leadership style, which is not risk averse, okay? We're in space here, people. There are risks everywhere. You go for the glory, okay? I landed a space shuttle in a simulator with the cargo bay doors open, okay? No one's done that before.
This is the truth. We had this huge mission and we all were doing different roles, and Jesse immediately volunteers to be the commander. And there are people there who legitimately were wanting to do this. And Jesse just was like, I will lead us, before anybody could say anything. And he couldn't care less.
That's what leaders do. They command, they take leadership, they take power, and they hold it.
So we're in the thing, and Jesse's having to, after this mission, we have all this stuff that we're all doing and stuff, and we're landing, and Jesse's supposed to do this checklist of things, and he just started winging it, and was cracking jokes over the PA and stuff, and he was really ticking off all the instructors and stuff. And anyway, the simulator lands with the space shuttle cargo doors open, and it ricochets. He bounced it, and we go into the trees, and then we're all fine, and everybody's clapping and stuff. But
first time ever someone landed at that boy's cargo doors open. So now we know it's possible. And now we know maybe they should clear some trees around the runway because FYI, the shuttle's coming down from freaking outer space. Okay, give me more than 300 yards to land it. All right. I mean, I shouldn't be the one telling them this. They should figure that out by now. God. I'm coming from space, dude. Anyway, I think if Tom Cruise wants to go shoot a movie in space, it seems so pointless to me.
It seems so pointless because we could make this movie without going to outer space.
That's right.
That's what seems so pointless. It's going to cost so much money. And again, It's not our money. It's whoever, is putting on the movie. But it just feels overboard. And maybe in 10 years, we'll be like, remember that time we thought it was dumb to shoot movies in outer space? And now they're shooting, 5 a year. I don't know.
It's like, I want to shoot a movie in the Old West. And so Tom Cruise has devised a way to build a time machine and go back and shoot it. It's like, we can just shoot it on a studio lot. Okay. No one's going to know. We don't need to send a camera. We don't. It seems so dumb to me.
We saw Gravity. I mean, we saw
look a lot like space to me.
George Clooney and Sandra Bullock floating out in space. We don't need another one. All right. Okay. What do you have, Derek?
Well, my guy, Elon Musk. First off, I have to say, I'm a huge fan of Elon Musk. Yeah. Like, I mean, he created a freaking flamethrower. So there's that. You know, you got Tesla. I mean, you got PayPal. I mean, my guy is great. Well, you know, him and his girl, his lady, Grimes, who is an amazing artist. They have a new baby boy, and the baby boy is named XAEA12. So I mean, I don't know. That just doesn't have a good ring to it. Like, if you're this teacher and it's like,
how do you say it?
I don't know how you say that. It's like, all right, you call and roll, and it's like, all right, George here, Jan here, XAE12. Like, I don't know how that works.
And the AE is that thing where it's like the letters touch. It's like a symbol, like a math symbol.
Looks like American Eagle.
Yeah.
It has like a sound to it. But you're right. Like, how do you say it? Do they just call the baby X? I mean, like, but what's with the A-12 at the end? Like,
so she breaks the name down, and she says that the A stands, the X is unknown variable.
Okay.
And then the AE is Elven. Like Elven language for love and artificial intelligence.
And wait, what language?
The language of fictional elves.
Elf, like an elf, like Legolas, or Then you have the A is for the CIA's Lockheed reconnaissance plane that has no weapons, no defenses. It's just really fast. And then the 12 is the sign for the Chinese zodiac. For the rat. So year of the metal 2020 is the year of the metal rat. So this kid's name is my Google password.
Sounds like a password.
It's a fantastic password. No one would ever
symbol,
break it.
Number, yeah.
Can you imagine being the delivery doctor at the hospital? They're like, okay, you got to write down some information for the birth certificate. And weirdo Elon Musk, which, look, man, the guy's a billionaire, but let's just call it what it is. The dude is weird. He acts like an alien impersonating a human. I don't know if you guys have seen Elon Musk interviewed, but there's something not right there. But you just imagine him writing it down, handing it to the doctor, and the doctor's like, okay, man, come on. Let's get the real name. Like that, I don't have a printer that can print that symbol.
How do you even type that on your computer?
Yeah, exactly. And Elon Musk is like, that is the baby's name. That he has chosen for her. He talks in this weird like cadence and accents. Like, what's happening right now? What is happening right now?
Though, this isn't out of the norm, because this is just it's a trend. It started back with Chris Martin and Gwyneth Paltrow 10 years ago, naming their baby Apple. And everybody freaked out. That's not a name. It's an object. It's like, that's so weird. And then lo and behold, all the celebrity names continued that path of like weird baby names. And then it became more mainstream. I'm saying it's the trajectory. Like, it's almost like tolerance of like sugar tolerance or caffeine tolerance. The more you have, the more you need to feel it. So now the names have to get weirder and weirder to stand out. And now you can't even pronounce them. So it's the path we're on.
I appreciate his innovation, but I feel bad for that poor kid. What are they going to call him?
I do too feel bad for that kid.
What are they going to actually call him as a name?
It's got to be X. It's got to be X.
It got to be X. Yeah. You can't call him by his real name. Come here, R2D2. Like, I don't know.
And two, poor kid, when he finally comes of age and wants to go to like a 21 and up show, and he's got to show that thing at the door. Like, that's, oh, sure. XE, 7. Back of the line, punko, that's not working. That's not working.
Oh, man. All right. Well, that'll do it for
Slices.
Stay tuned. Up next, Kim Walker-Smith joins us.
This love's a heart attack. This love's a heart attack. This love's a heart attack.
I've been patient, but I won't follow.
listening to Heart Attack. It's Bronson featuring Laura. Kim Walker-Smith is a singer, songwriter, worship leader, and recording artist who is also a founding member of Jesus Culture. They just released a new album, Church Volume 1, and she's joining us to show us the new album, talk a little how remote church has helped simplify her worship, and how the best songs can come from chaos. Here is Kim Walker-Smith.
It's easy to rely on the production, and I'm not against production. I'm not against like lights or, some awesome, I don't know what to call it, but the graphics with the lyrics and, things like that. I'm not against all of that. But it's easy to rely on that and to feel like we have an awesome church because it looks so awesome. Or as a worship leader, it's really easy to have a smooth service where all the band played all the songs perfectly. No one messed up the keys. Everything went really good. The people engaged, and you walk off and you feel like, I am such a good worship leader. Worship was so awesome. But that's not really what makes great worship, is it? It's our relationship and connection to Jesus. And it's just easy without even thinking about it to just rely on the production. So when all of that is gone, you are literally left with, well, truly, all we have is Jesus. We don't have anything fancy. And that actually is enough. And so I just think it's really good because it feels like kind of pushing reset. And like you said, it's an equalizer, which is amazing, but it's also kind of, I think it's helping everyone reprioritize, not just within church, but in our own lives. A long time ago, when we very first started, so our first record came out, I think it was like 2005, 2006, somewhere right in there. And at the time, we were just a movement who made a record. That we weren't a record label. We weren't trying to be a band. It was just, here we are having these kind of youth gatherings and really awesome things are happening. So we're going to record what's happening and put it out there. And it was mainly for the people who are coming to our events. But it grew, God breathed life on it. And in that process, everyone started calling us the Jesus Culture Band. And it's not a bad thing, but it was always kind of this, almost like an identity crisis for us. Like we never set out to be a band or wanted to be a band, and it kind of took on an identity and a form in itself. So it's almost like when we're out on the road or on tours or events, we were kind of trying to live up to that name and kind of be that, but it never really felt quite right. And we decided that we want that to be done away with. And at the time, it was just no one really knew what to call us because it was like there was Hillsong, there was us, but nowadays there's lots of churches creating albums. And at the time when we were doing that, it wasn't that common. So anyways, with this record, we just kind of wanted to strip that away and kind of go back to, we are a church, creating an album of the songs that are for the church, that are being sung at our church and ministering to the church. And really kind of also solidify that this is who we are, that we are the church, we are the body of Christ, and that this is what we love to do, is to serve the body of Christ. And that's also why we decided to call it church, call it Album Church, because it just kind of encompasses everything that we wanted to communicate and kind of honestly trying to get back to a little bit, kind of get back to our roots of who we are.
You can have my attention. You can have my affection. 'Cause you are my beloved. You are my friend. I'll never stop pursuing, craving for communion. 'Cause you are my beloved.
I remember one time I had a writing day scheduled. with these two brothers who are incredible writers, Jackson Brothers. And my kids, I had a nanny for the kids. And so we're at my house, but she's got the kids out and about. And my husband was working away, and he was late coming home from work. And we were working on this song that just to me, it felt like it was just not coming together, and it was taking a long time. And whenever songs take like really long and are hard, I sometimes kind of go, oh, I don't know if this is, maybe we should throw in the towel on this one. And they just kept like pushing. And at the time, neither of them were married. Neither of them had kids. So I kind of felt like maybe they weren't really getting the hint of what was happening right now. Like, my kid, it's getting dinner time. My kids are melting down. And then the nanny comes and she's like, Kim, I really got to go. It's time for me to leave. And I'm like, okay. And so she leaves. My husband's not home yet. So now I have my kids. It's dinner time. They are whining for dinner. One of them is literally running circles around the living room, screaming, just not mad screaming, like happy screaming, but just screaming. And they're sitting there like still trying to push and, write this song. Like, they just like are oblivious. And I'm like, hey guys, I really got to make dinner. And I don't want to be like rude and be like, get out of my house, And then they're like, hey, let's record what we have, a quick demo, hold this microphone, sing into the microphone. And I'm like, are you serious? Like, my kids are screaming. One of them is running circles around the room. I'm holding one who's just whining nonstop, just whining. I'm hungry. I want dinner, and won't get away from me, like on my lap. And they're like, yeah, I'll be fine. I'm like, this is insane. So I'm sitting there singing, and you can actually hear the screaming and the whining in the background of the demo. And fast forward like a couple months later, I'm sitting in the studio with our producer, and he's like, what about that song you did with the brothers? And I was like, we haven't got the demo back yet. And I said, but believe me, it's not going to be any good. I'm like, I don't remember what we wrote. I don't even think it was any good. Just as we're sitting there talking about this, they send the demo in, and we listened to it, and I was just floored. And the song was Love Has a Name, which went on to be one of our biggest songs. It became this song that Tomlin wanted me to do on the big tour I did with him. Like, it was just crazy to me. Like, I couldn't believe that song came out of that moment. So you just never know where the songs can come out of. The one thing that I struggled with, especially early on, and I feel like now probably just I don't want to sound old, but my age and experience and how long I've been doing this, I feel like I've kind of worked through this. But for a long time, it was a process, and it was just being very critical of myself and like listening back and criticizing and kind of going, oh, I could have done that better, or that sounded weird, or why do I sing like that? Or comparing myself to others and kind of going, well, my success doesn't look like their success, or I don't sound like them, or I don't look like them. Should I be better? Should I, like just that, which I think all young creatives struggle with, especially the comparison thing. I think that's really easy trap to fall into. And, over the years, I've learned to not go down that road and to push that out. It started for me with once we release something, I don't really go back and listen to a lot of it or pay attention to a lot of it. I don't really watch the videos back. I never check charts. I never look at reviews. I just don't do it because it's just so easy to take it personal and get hurt. And all it takes is one negative comment or one negative review to just send you spiraling down, And so I just don't do it anymore. I put it out there and I leave it for the world. And I decide, you know what? After the recording, I'm going to ask myself, did I do my best job and do my best work? And if I can say yes, then that's enough for me. And that is a success. Like, the success already happened. For me, the success is not the sales numbers or the rating on the charts or the reviews. The success is that I gave my all and did my best, and I put it all out there. I put my whole heart out there. And I think that also, if I can keep my mind focused on ministry, that yes, I'm an artist and a creative, and I love that side of it. But first and foremost, I'm a minister, and I love ministering through my art to the church, to the body of Christ. And if I keep that my focus, it never gets old, because I love ministry and I love people and I love the church.
That was Kim Walker-Smith. Make sure to check out Jesus Culture's brand new album, Church Volume 1. It's out now.
Watch the sunset, but I can't help from asking, are you bored yet? And if you're feeling lonely, you should tell me before this ends up as another memory. Will you tell the truth so I don't have to lie?
You're listening to Are You Bored Yet? Hopefully the answer is no, by Wallows featuring Clyro. So to close out the show, here's my thought, Jesse. Okay. We have new friends. We did meet the cast a couple of weeks ago, right? But I noticed listening to last week's episode that we were talking so much about other stuff, that there's so much about Jamie and Derek and you that we don't know each other at that next level yet. And I thought we need to keep peeling away the layers of the onion here. Mm-hmm. Okay. Also combine that with it's the pandemic, man. There's a lot of negative news out there. There's a lot of stress out there, a lot of fear out there. And let's focus on some positive things. Let's focus on some good things, right? Let's just end it with a nice little palate cleanse of positivity. That's what my hope is here. And so we're trying a new segment called
Our Favorite Things. It's my favorite.
This is just where I'm going to ask the cast some of their favorite things. We're going to end on a happy note, and we'll also get to know each other a little better in the process. What do you think?
I love it.
Okay, here we go. Favorite show you've binged recently, or maybe not recently, but just one of your favorite all-time binge-worthy shows.
Am I at first? Okay, so we binged 2 shows last year that I can remember that I loved. The first one was Waco. Have you guys seen it?
I mean, I've seen it promoted, but I haven't thought, I want to watch that.
You need to watch it tonight. It is so good. Have you seen it, Derek?
No, I haven't, but that's kind of that's a crazy thing that happened. It's kind of scary to watch, right?
Yeah.
No, it's not scary. But it's
here's the thing. Jamie, what you don't know about Jamie is she's big into Colts.
That's why she insisted on talking about Tom Cruise today. I said, if you can find him in the news, then fire away.
There he was. No, but do you know who plays David Koresh?
Who? Nick Cage.
No, the guy from Friday Night Lights. I can't think. Y'all,
Sunshine.
What is his name? Oh my gosh, this is gonna drive me crazy. He's the one that everyone liked. Anyhow, it doesn't matter. He's from Friday Night Lights.
Everybody liked everybody in Friday Night Lights.
I know. Coach Taylor's a favorite. But Waco is so good. You have to. And then there was this other one that we binged last year called The Act with Priscilla Arquette. Have you seen that one?
I haven't.
No.
Oh my gosh, you guys.
Okay, so people, listeners, get out your pens. This is top shelf recommendations happening right now. So
both of these shows that we watched are kind of like what they're doing with this whole Nick Cage thing. They're real things that happened, and then they made a series about it. So the executives are onto something, but this is about this woman who drugged her daughter so much and made her sick. But she was never really sick.
That sounds like a
you see a theme of what I'm
I think that sounds something good I'd like to watch before bed at night.
So
I just need a Sweet dreams.
I think
Derek,
y'all should have to watch what I like, and I'll have to watch what you like.
Derek, do you have any choices that aren't horrific and that result in either not the death of hundreds of people by terrible fire or the poisoning of a child?
Yes, I do. This one is an oldie but goodie. My wife started watching The Office again. We're starting at episode 1, and I forgot how brilliant of a show that show actually is.
If you just protect it and skip season 7 and 8 and catch up right at the end of 9.
Yeah.
Just stop at the end of 6, and as soon as you get a whiff of Robert California, just go ahead and skip, because
that's how I feel about Game of Thrones as well. Game of Thrones is also one of my favorites, and the last season of Game of Thrones was just the worst.
Jamie's picks are so dark that when her Netflix says, because you watched The Act and Waco, and it doesn't give suggestion, it says, because you watched these shows, we've called the police. They're a watch list. You are
These
now
are
on
real life events, you guys. I'm here for that.
I can't say I recommend this, but I live not too far from the actual Outer Banks in North Carolina, and I spent a tremendous amount of time there growing up. And so I saw this show on Netflix called Outer Banks. And, so I was kind of curious because the filmmakers were actually from there. But the show, the geography is totally off. It wasn't even filmed in the Outer Banks. They don't use the real names of locations. And it's totally fictional. It's basically like one of those shows like the OC that meets like a Hardy Boys novel. That's the best way I can describe it. It's a very cheesy teen drama that is supposed to take place in a location that doesn't do justice to. Anyway, a part of my deck broke. I had to have this guy come out and fix it. And he lives in the Outer Banks, and he's this big, tough guy. And he does, he's just a big, tough guy. And I was out there chatting with him. We're socially distancing. We're chatting. And I was like, hey man, because like I said, the guy lives in the Outer Banks. And so I was like, hey dude, there's a new show on Netflix, Outer Banks. My wife's been binging it. I kind of been popping in and out on it. He goes, man, it wasn't even shot down there. They got all the names wrong. He's like, my son's a police deputy down there, and they're not called this and they're not called that. I was like, oh, so you checked it out? He goes, yeah, well, I wanted to see if it was accurate. He goes, now I did watch all 10. And I'm like, wait a minute, hold on. You are the biggest, toughest guy I've ever seen. And you're telling me that you went ahead and watched 10 hours of it just in case they were going to finally get accurate? Or you got sucked into the teen romance, didn't you? Didn't you? And he walked off the job site at that point. But
all right. Favorite food when eating out? Favorite food when eating out? Derek, we'll start with you.
Oh man, I'm into some weird stuff, man, because Nashville has some really good restaurants, but pretty much the more butter, the better. So I'm like, Nashville's thing is hot chicken. So hot chicken, man. I love biscuits. You can. I'm not gonna go wrong with a good chicken biscuit, man. Straight up, like a chicken biscuit or like some sort of breakfast thing. It's either that or Asian food. Those are my two. Those are my two go-to, like Southern cooking or Asian food.
Jamie,
I mean, Austin. We have some food. It's so good. Tex-Mex is probably hands down what I'm always going to choose. Chips and salsa and a margarita, and I love my life right there. So that's what I'm always going to choose is some Mexican restaurant here in town.
I love Torchy's, by the way. I just have to say.
We love Torchy's. Yeah, y'all have one in Nashville, don't you?
No, we don't.
Oh, you just came here to Austin and had one?
Yeah. I go to South by Southwest almost every year. So
I go out of town when South by comes. I'm getting out of town. I leave.
I ran it. I can vouch for that because I ran into Derek in a convention center lobby last year at South by. Remember that?
Yeah, that was crazy.
If I can hang out with y'all at South by, I will. Otherwise, I'm going out of town.
I didn't know you yet, and so when I saw you, I texted Prop, and I was like, I think I just saw Derek Miner. Is he in Texas? And he's like, yeah, man, he's there for a show. And so that's when I went back and said hey to you because I had to confirm that it was you because I'd only seen you like one time in real life. Other than that,
yeah, bro.
Can I give you guys a pro tip eating out? And I learned this in fast food, but I found out it translates to all restaurants. When you say a favorite thing, you just pull up to the window or you tell the waitress, whatever, same thing. I'll take the number 1. And here's why. You don't even look at what it is.
Yeah.
There's a reason it's the first thing on the menu. It's probably the best thing. If front load, just give me a number one. They're like, we don't have numbers. You'll figure it out. Just give me a number one.
The best thing.
Just number one. Number one with lemonade. Got it. Bring it.
I mean, I actually do that anytime I go to a new restaurant. I don't call it a number one, but I'll ask the waitress, what's the most popular thing or what do you recommend? And then I'll just give me that. Like, I don't want to have to decide.
We do the same thing. We love to go to restaurants and say, just let the chef pick. Like, just bring out stuff all night that the chef thinks we should have. And that's my favorite type of eating experience.
That's what I do every time I go to Arby's. Bring them out. Bring them out. Bring them out.
All the meats.
Yeah.
All the meats. Yeah. All right. Favorite book you've read this year? Favorite book? If you can't plug your own, Jamie.
I'm not going to plug my own, but you guys are going to think I'm a psycho is what you're going to think. Okay. Okay, so I read a lot for work. Like, I will read people's books before they come on. And that's work, right? So we're not going to count that. But I just read a fiction book called Behind Closed Doors. Okay, and it's about a husband and wife who, the day they get married, he turns into a psycho. And she has to try to get away from him. And you have to figure out how she escapes this very, like, psycho man as her husband. And that's
Jamie,
what I just read.
I'm very concerned. I'm legitimately concerned about you. And your entertainment choices.
Hey, my Pentecostal parents raised me garbage in, garbage out. So I don't know what's...
And I'm an Enneagram 6, so you think these things would really, really scare me. But I think I just love to know how she got out of it, in case I ever need to escape a psychopath. I know how to do it now.
Oh, my gosh. Derek, you got one?
Yeah, it's a book called Dirty Little Secrets by an author named Claude Anderson. It's pretty much about all of the hidden contributions of Black people over the time we've been here. So it was pretty cool. I learned a lot of stuff. I didn't know that there was a Black man that founded San Francisco. So it's just like different things like that. Yeah, it's like stuff like that, or the automatic drying machine or closed circuit television. Like, a lot of those things were developed by Black people. I was like, wow, that's shocking.
Yeah, I read that about closed circuit television, like security cameras and stuff like that. It was a Black lady invented that, right?
Yeah, she was in Brooklyn and people were trying to rob her house a lot. So she created closed circuit television. I was like, that's wild. But necessity is, the invention or whatever that is.
Yeah.
I feel like George Bush. But.
All right. Favorite movie, not top 5, whatever. One favorite movie. And this is probably a repeat viewer. You know what I mean? Like, I would say the way you decide what is my favorite movie is the one that you actually still watch pretty regularly. You like.
So, Jamie, I'm trying to think of the one where that nice person poisons, murders, then burns her family. What is it? What is that called? What?
I think
there's a pretty grisly cannibalism scene with the cult. Oh gosh, what is it? What is
goodness. I always think like favorite movie is one like if you're in a hotel and you're like scanning through, you would stop and actually watch it.
Yeah.
I mean, for me, a movie that I would stop and watch, this is a complete opposite of what I've been telling you I like to watch, which would be something like Still Magnolias. Like, I'm just thinking that like nostalgia, fun rom-com movie that I have always loved. So it would have to be something like that I would stop and actually rewatch it.
There you go. Derek?
I'm going The Dark Knight.
I've never even heard of that.
Batman? The Dark Knight? Joker?
Oh, I thought you said Glow in the Dark.
No, The Dark Knight.
Glow in the Dark Knight is a very different movie.
I was like, I've never heard that Glow in the Dark Knight.
It's about a big rave that happened once. It was a lot of glow sticks. Yeah.
I'm going to Dark Knight.
That's a great movie.
It does hold up very well.
Yeah.
Jesse, do you remember we were in Chicago for Lollapalooza 10 years ago? And were you with me this year? Okay.
No, I was there the year after, though. I remember every time we walked down whatever the $1 Million Mile or whatever it is.
They shot obviously that trilogy in Chicago, right? And converted to Gotham. Well, they were shooting during Lollapalooza, and they would shoot at night. And the hotel I was staying in was in the middle of the set, and so we would walk out in the morning, walk out the lobby doors, and it was like death and destruction, whatever happened in the movie, the scene last night was all in the streets and stuff. It was crazy. Yeah. You're literally walking through all the Batman stuff to get over to Grant Park. It was nuts. And then like seeing the movie later and like, oh man, there's that, the things that we saw. It was really cool. Jesse, Step Brothers.
Dude, I do go back to Step Brothers all the time just because it's a perfect comedy. And I also, anytime there's a Christopher Guest movie on, it doesn't matter which one. It can go back to like Spinal Tap or Best in Show or Waiting for Guffin. I could literally watch any of those. I know it's probably cheating, but in terms of the question, but literally any of those I can watch over and over and over again.
Crazy. Mine's Waiting for Guffman. I can't believe you referenced that. There you go. All right. Well, that's the debut segment of
Our favorite things. It's my favorite.
Hey, we want to know your favorite things. If you want to jump in on any of those questions, hit us up on Twitter at Relevant Podcast or hit us up on Facebook. You can message us. We are going to be watching and interacting. Well, many thanks to Jen Hatmaker for joining us. Her new book, Fierce, Free, and Full of Fire, is out now. Go check it out. Also, thanks to Kim Walker-Smith. The new Jesus Culture album, Church Volume 1, is out now as well. Before we wrap, guys, do you have anything you want to plug? Jamie, any other than the podcast, the happy hour?
I'm still making podcasts over here. That's it.
It's crushing it. Any books are you working on or anything?
I mean, I'm working on a book, but it's not worth talking about yet.
There you go. Yeah, you got to time the marketing curve.
You got to wait on that. You got to wait on that.
I got it. All right, Derek, anything you want to plug?
Send me coffee.
Well, you all know Derek's Google password now, so you can also hack his account and spam it.
Absolutely.
All right. Well, on that note, we'll wrap it up. I'm Cameron Strang.
I'm Jamie Ivey.
I'm Derek Miner.
And I'm Jesse Carey.
We will see you next Friday. Have a great week, everyone.
Thanks for listening to the Relevant Podcast. Check out our features, interviews, and news updates every day at relevantmagazine.com. And make sure to follow Relevant on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram for the latest. For more great podcasts, check out our Relevant Podcast Network, featuring shows like Relevant Daily, Signs of Life, Unedited, and many more launching throughout the year.
Whatever I picture God, he's just a huge face.
Relevant Podcast Network.